Hi everyone, I'm Ira, and in today's episode of One Tool Wednesday, I'm going to review this Estwing axe that I've owned for 30 years. I love this axe. This has been my constant companion since I was 11 years old. My dad bought it for me when I was 11, and I've loved it ever since. I have taken it with me on every single camping trip I've ever been on. When I was playing at music festivals, I would take a bag of unground coffee beans. Instead of having a grinder with me, I would just put the beans in a bag and I would smash them with the back of this hammer, so I had ground coffee beans. I've used it to plant stakes for tents. I lived in a house that had a wood stove. I kept this out at the wood pile and I would chop kindling with it every day. When I was a kid, I used to chop kindling right into the dirt, so this edge has been destroyed and resharpened and destroyed and resharpened and destroyed and resharpened. I don't know how many times, but a lot. I just put an edge on this one. I know it's pretty sharp. Let's test it out. Awesome. When I got into spoon carving, this was the only hatchet I had. When you're carving a spoon, you want to have your hand right up there so you can choke up and you can get really fine cuts. This is not exactly great for that. I tried a few different things. I wrapped it in leather. That didn't work very well. I wrapped the whole thing in paracord. That didn't work very well. I carved my first 30 spoons with this axe. When I decided I needed to get a new one, what I did was I found an old axe head and I carved a handle with this. And I didn't stop using it there. I continue to use it for all kinds of jobs. This is the original sheath. You can see I've fixed it. I've chopped through the rivets. Must have been dark and camping or something, and I chopped through the rivets, fixed it with a copper rivet and some of my own stitches. It's about time to replace it. It's pretty loose, but you know what? It still works. 30 years ago. That's pretty cool. In order to put it on your belt, you gotta pull it out through there, and pulling it up through the handle, that's dangerous when you have a really sharp blade. Not fantastic for a sheath design. If you want to see me make a new sheath for this in a future video, leave a comment below and I'll do it. This has been my constant companion since I was 11 years old. It's a great axe. The only downside is that it's hard to choke up on. Other than that, it's an amazing axe. I've heard people complain that the steel is not as hard, and that's true. It's a softer edge, but if you know how to sharpen an edge, then it's not a big deal. You go and you beat it up and then you sharpen it, and it's actually easier to sharpen because it's softer, so you can get a really nice edge. It gets really sharp, as you've seen. Yeah, so let's go use it. But before we do that, let's get into the specs. The Estwing Sportsman'S axe comes in at 737 grams. That's 1 pound and 10 ounces. The length of the axe measures 13.5 inches long. The cutting edge is 3.5 inches wide. The axe head itself is 5 inches in length. Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe. First test, chopping a piece of wood in half. Second test, splitting some firewood. That's pretty good. Hi, Chella. All right, I found a nice piece of wood. We'll take that inside and start carving a spoon blank. Just give it another little strop just to make sure it's really nice and sharp, because for me, carving a spoon is kind of the pinnacle of what an axe can do. I'm not out chopping wood every day and creating fires and that stuff and doing bushcraft stuff every day. I'm just gonna make a little eating spoon today. Let's get the pith out. Because I can't choke up, I really have to kind of choke up here as much as I can. Would I recommend this to a spoon carver? No. Would I recommend this to anyone else? Yes. It is one of the best axes. I can get a really nice idea of what I want it, of what an axe should be. I'm obsessed with axes. So I'm gonna just try and choke up there. It's actually not as bad as I remember. I mean, I wouldn't want to do that for hours. I think I'll just chop that in. Because there's a knot right there. This grain is really twisty, but this edge is cut nicely through it. Decently green wood. This won't be my best spoon, but it's a really good test to see how well the axe works. Yeah, it's starting to hurt my hand a little bit. I think partly why I wanted to carve a spoon with this is because I started this video and I just was thinking I haven't carved a spoon in a long time. Without further ado, I think that's probably good enough, and I can kind of get the rest of it with a knife. All right, well, there we go. Hey, if you're gonna buy this axe anyways, consider using my affiliate link in the description below. That little bit of commission will go towards making more videos. The Estwing's Camper's Axe. The Estwing Camper Axe. Sportsman. The Estwing Sportsman'S Axe. Kind of a tongue twister. All right, well, there you go. If you want me to do old versus new, leave a comment in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching this first episode of One Tool Wednesday. If you click over here, you can watch my 5 Tool Tuesday. Don't forget to subscribe. It's free. It helps the channel out a lot. We'll see you in the next episode of One Tool Wednesday. Thanks for watching.